The Pentagon war planners have rightfully said that 90% of modern warfare is informational. That's why it's more important than ever that all of you watching subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter at Real Alex Jones, because InfoWars is the front line of the fight. And without your help and support, we will fail. With your support and with your prayers, we will be victorious against the globalists together.
Welcome to the Alex Jones Show on this Wednesday, July 19th, 2017. I'm David Knight here with Owen Schroyer. We've got a large number of stories today. Of course, there's always a new Russian story. This is kind of like the tale of Scheherazade, where she came up with an interesting story so that she could come up with another story every night to save her life. That's what the Democrats are doing with Russia. So this is the latest tale of Russian intervention. We're going to debunk that for you. It's actually, surprise, surprise, fake news. Only 6% of the people even care about this stuff. 94% of the people don't think it's an issue, and it isn't an issue. It is made up. But when they run out of these stories, just like Scheherazade, they're going to face the axe. And we're going to talk about another example of how Washington is completely arrayed against Donald Trump. We have the U.S. Post Office. This is a story that's been building for about a week. Now we find that it's actually been determined to be a Hatch Act violation. Campaigning for Hillary Clinton and incurring massive overtime charges. We're going to break down the details of this, but that is what we're seeing here, the fact that all of these postal workers were given, and of course it was unpaid leave, but they had to hire people at overtime wages in order to replace them. So we're going to talk about that. Of course, we're going to talk about the fake GOP taking out Obamacare repeal, and the fact that the GOP is now going to be betting the House on tax reform. A meeting today with Donald Trump. What else do we have on the schedule here, Owen?
Well, I don't like to hear that because they're probably going to lose that bet as well. It's amazing. Actually, we were on the air probably a month ago when Republicans were celebrating the passing of the health care bill in the House, and we were up here laughing. Yeah. We were like, nothing to celebrate here. This is a dead bill walking right here.
That's right.
And of course, that's what it turns out to be. And it seems like that's the case with all of these bills. You know, Congress is overstepping Trump in a lot of different ways. We've got another one here today. You remember Trump was trying to cut a bunch of public funding to media outlets. Well, Congress decided to go ahead and fund those media outlets anyway to the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars here. I'm looking for the right number.
Meanwhile, they don't want to fund his plan for infrastructure when it comes. Well, so they're going to block infrastructure, but they're going to fund propaganda.
David, this is because that's their infrastructure. It literally makes me want to pull my hair out. Today, the meeting is still going on. It's been going on for, I guess, over 4 hours now. The 2018 budget resolution markup. This meeting has been going on all day today on the Hill. I've been listening to this thing all day. It's unbelievable when you listen to these people. You've got class warfare nonstop. This is what I keep hearing all day. The millionaires and billionaires. What are we, Bernie Sanders now? Take from the poor and give to the rich. This budget is cuts giving to the 1%. They never cite anything. Where is this money that the poor people are getting? I'm yet to hear this explanation. Where is all this money that the poor people are getting that's being taken away? What money is it that you're literally taking from poor and giving to the rich? I don't understand this concept. This is a concept that everybody preaches, but then nobody backs it up. Nobody backs it up. Everybody talks about mandatory spending, David. Mandatory spending?
Yeah.
What the hell is mandatory spending? I've never heard of mandatory spending.
Well, that's their entitlements, you know, because they're entitled to what you have. And that's their view of rights. You know, you and I think of rights as the right to be left alone. They think of rights as their right to take what you have. That's what the socialists call entitlement spending. It's a very different view of rights. And, of course, we had Barack Obama say, well, we got positive rights and negative rights. Guess which one he said was positive? Well, the positive rights are your right to somebody else's stuff, your right to be given free things. We simply want to be free. We want to be left alone. That's what we're talking about when we talk about rights. So just as we see with all these other things, even the way that we define words is completely polar opposite from the left.
Well, here's the thing that they won't describe. It's just like the same thing with healthcare. They say, you're taking healthcare away from all these people. Well, they might be getting a new healthcare plan. They might be losing their plan, but they couldn't afford the healthcare to begin with. The poor people are the ones that are being harmed by this bill. They can't afford the premiums. They can't afford the down payments. And the Democrats never address that. They just say, take from the poor and give to the rich. It's a total false narrative.
All right, well, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, and then Alex Jones is going to join us to break down this latest false tale of Russian intervention. We'll be right back.
In ancient times, man roamed the earth in a constant state of hunting or being hunted. Introducing Caveman, where cutting-edge science meets ancient super nutrients. Secure your bottle right now at InfoWarsStore.com.